Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about Microsoft Windows operating system and what that is. Microsoft Windows is widely used operating system (OS), developed by Microsoft Corporation. It has been dominant player in the personal computer (PS) or OS market for several decades. Windows is known for its graphical user interface, which allows users to interact with computer using mouse and keyboard, as well as its support for a wide range of software applications. Myself, I'm using Microsoft. So I've been using Microsoft Windows for a very long time, so it's more like a love-hate relationship. If anything, I have a lot of love-hate relationships overall. It's just Microsoft Windows being one of those relationships that I have, just because I've been using this particular operating system for so long. I have seen a lot of things, right? Well, I understand due since I've been using it for about 2 decades or so. I can't say exactly how long I've been using it, but for a very long time, perhaps too long. Starting from Windows 98. I might have used 95, but definitely 98. I personally believe 98 was one of the best Windows that came out, and from there, I don't know. If we were to begin with history, Windows was first founded in 1985 with Windows 1.0, and it has since gone through numerous versions and updates. Some of the most notable Windows versions include Windows 3.1, Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, and as you can imagine, for those of you up to date, we are currently on Windows 11, I believe. That's where we currently are. Graphical User Interface. Windows is known for its user-friendly interface, which includes a desktop, taskbar, and start without menu, or start screen in some versions, for launcher application and access system features. It just so happens that myself, I'm using this particular system, and all the people that I know, or most of the people that I know, use this particular operating system. So it just happens to be that we're all using that. I'm not entirely sure which one would be better going forward, but yeah, this is where we are currently. Software compatibility. Windows has a vast ecosystems of software applications and game developers for platforms in support a wide range of programming languages and development tools, making it attractive to developers. Perhaps that has more in mind now when I start programming and using different languages to develop products. I have begin noticing a lot more of some of the thinking process and how they are planning of structuring overall systems within Windows. I'm not to say I will agree with it, but that's how things are right now. And I don't know either way how much say I have in this. File systems. Windows traditionally uses the NTFS, New Technology File Systems, as its primary file system, which provides features like file permissions, encryption, and journaling. Multitasking. Windows supports multitasking, allowing users to run multiple applications simultaneously and switch between them seamlessly. That it's just because I have been using some of those systems for so long, and it changes. I'm not necessarily agree with those if any companies of operating systems would begin making any changes of how things do work. Since tasks themselves, especially myself, if I'm constantly trying new things and working on different projects, operating system, if there's any feedback I can give to people out there doing great work, if it, tasks themselves are challenging since I need to overcome some of the obstacles within the projects or tasks that I'm working on. If that wasn't enough. Some of the people out there are changing operating system, so that can be very frustrating process. Windows updates. Microsoft regularly releases updates and patches to improve security, stability, or functionality in Windows. These updates can include bug fixes, features, enhancement, and security updates. I don't know how much of that is true, but I wanted to take notice of some of the changes in payment for some of the packages for Windows. And I believe for company themselves, they moved either they have changed CEO at the time, or what they have done that they went from selling their software solutions based by base basis, they moved into a subscription model, and that model seems to work a lot better, and the company became way more profitable. So just some takeaways myself, and some of the business strategy and models that the company adapted and made changes to become more profitable, to potentially benefit the stakeholders as well as earn more profit. Windows Server. Microsoft also offer Windows Service Edition designed for service environments and data centers, which provides services like file sharing, web hosting, and domain management. Cloud integration. Windows has integrated cloud service like Microsoft OneDrive and Azure for cloud storage and applicable hosting, enhancing the user experience and productivity, as well as for those of you who are tracking current landscape of how much investments are being currently made within different systems and overall hardware and infrastructure within Europe in particular, perhaps other parts of the world as well. Some of those tech giant companies, of how much capital they are allocating in those companies into development of infrastructure. Just perhaps worth taking a note. It's about fourfold or about threefold, and that just perhaps is just the beginning of how much investments some of those companies are making. So they would continue to operate, and the more people would build on top of existing models, as well as perhaps worth mentioning that some of the even machinery, right, that a lot of people can operate from distance, right? They would just potentially need just internet connection, and those machines that are currently even digging, I don't know, different minerals and materials of that. Those machines can operate from distance. What they would be required, have a wireless connection and good infrastructure, right? So perhaps mentioning that. I can point out that I have shared a lot of that information in my book for those of you who are interested to learning more about what I'm talking about. I have done so much research myself, and I'm here to share some of that information and publishing a book for people out there who want to take a look at the history. That's where I began, of how things were changing over decades, and where things are right now, as well as where things are moving. I have done all the research work, and I'm here to share by telling interesting story for people out there, sharing my personal encounters, as well as where markets are right now, as well as where those markets are moving. You can find this book in the description below, as well as Top Retailers has it. Gaming. Windows is a popular platform for PC gaming, with many game developers targeting Windows platforms for their titles. Microsoft also developed their Xbox console. I'm not entirely sure if they developed or they bought Xbox. I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to mislead anyone. Which shares a common gaming ecosystem with Windows, along the cross-platform play and compatibility. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, if they bought that console or they developed that. Overall, security. Microsoft has placed a strong emphasis on security in recent versions of Windows, introducing features like Windows Defender for antivirus and anti-malware protection. Uh, I have done quick research. It seems that Microsoft have developed Xbox, but again, I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate. Either way, just to give you in comparison, right? So Tesla was bought out by Elon Musk, right? So just to give you in perspective, the project was already in motion, and the entrepreneurs swooped in and bought out this car company and developed that project, right? So if anything, there are some people out there who can sweep in and bought out some of the projects there with all the existing systems in place, right? Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.